There's a question I hear a lot from friends my age. Why do I feel so tired all the time? Or maybe, why don't I bounce back like I used to? And honestly, I get it. After 60, our bodies change, our energy levels, our digestion, even the way we absorb nutrients isn't quite the same as it was in our 40s or 50s. But here's the good news. Just because things change doesn't mean we have to accept feeling sluggish or run down. In fact, there's one simple, delicious food that can make a huge difference in how we feel every single day. I'm talking about the #1 longevity superfood you should be eating every day after 60. And no, it's not some expensive supplement or hard-to-find ingredient. It's something you've probably had before, maybe even earlier this week, but you might not realize just how powerful it really is for keeping you strong, sharp, and full of energy as the years go by. So today, we're going to talk about why this food is so important, how it works its magic in your body, and the best ways to enjoy it so you actually look forward to eating it every single day. Because let's be honest, no one wants to choke down something just because it's good for you. It's got to taste good, too. Now, before I tell you what this superfood is, let me ask you something. Have you ever noticed how some people in their 70s, 80s, even 90s seem to have more energy than folks decades younger? They're gardening, traveling, playing with grandkids, living life to the fullest. Well, a big part of that comes down to what they're putting on their plates. And one food, in particular, shows up again and again in the diets of the healthiest seniors around the world. Ready for the big reveal? It's the beans. Now, before you roll your eyes or think, really? Beans? Hear me out. Because these little nutritional powerhouses are packed with everything your body needs to thrive as you get older. Protein for muscle strength, fiber for digestion, vitamins and minerals to keep your heart and brain in top shape, the list goes on. And the best part? They're cheap, easy to cook, and can be used in so many delicious ways. Let's start with why beans are so good for you after 60. First off, they're one of the best sources of plant-based protein out there. As we age, maintaining muscle mass becomes crucial. It keeps us mobile, supports our joints, and even helps prevent falls. But unlike heavy meats that can be tough on digestion, beans give you that protein boost without the extra fat or heaviness. And then there's fiber. Oh, the fiber. If you've ever dealt with sluggish digestion, well, you're not alone. Our systems just don't move like they used to. But beans are packed with soluble and insoluble fiber, which keeps things running smoothly. No more relying on harsh laxatives or feeling bloated all the time. Just happy, regular digestion, the way nature intended. But here's what really makes beans a longevity superstar. They're fantastic for your heart. Studies show that people who eat beans regularly have lower cholesterol, better blood pressure, and even a reduced risk of heart disease. And since heart health is a top concern for many of us after 60, that's a big deal. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking, but what about the, guess? Fair question. And we'll definitely talk about how to enjoy beans without any uncomfortable side effects. But first, let's dive into the best types of beans to eat and how to make them a delicious part of your daily routine. Now that we've talked about why beans are such a powerhouse for staying strong and energetic after 60, let's get into the fun part, choosing the best ones and making them a delicious part of your everyday meals. Because let's be honest, if you don't enjoy what you're eating, you're not going to stick with it, no matter how healthy it is. First, not all beans are created equal, though honestly, you really can't go wrong with any of them. But if we're talking about the top picks for longevity, black beans and lentils are at the top of the list. Black beans are packed with antioxidants, those little warriors that fight off aging at the cellular level, while lentils cook up fast, don't need soaking, and are loaded with iron and folate, which are great for keeping your energy up. Then there's chickpeas. Oh, how I love chickpeas. Whether you roast them for a crunchy snack, blend them into hummus, or toss them into a salad, they're one of the most versatile beans out there. And let's not forget about kidney beans and pinto beans, which are staples in so many comforting dishes, from chili to soups. The key here is variety. Rotating different beans throughout the week means you're getting a wider range of nutrients, plus you'll never get bored. Now, if you're worried about the whole soaking and cooking process, I get it. Standing over a pot for hours isn't exactly how most of us want to spend our time. But here's a little secret. Canned beans are just as nutritious as dried ones, as long as you rinse them well to wash off the excess sodium. That means you can have a healthy, bean-filled meal ready in minutes. Open a can of black beans, warm them up with some garlic and olive oil, toss in a handful of spinach, and boom, you've got a nutrient-packed side dish that took less than 5 minutes. And speaking of quick meals, let's talk about some easy ways to eat more beans without feeling like you're eating the same thing every day. Breakfast might seem like an odd time for beans, but in many cultures, it's completely normal and delicious. Try a simple scramble with eggs, sautéed onions, and a handful of black beans. The protein and fiber will keep you full all morning, no mid-morning snack cravings needed. For lunch, a hearty lentil soup or a chickpea salad stuffed into a whole grain pita is satisfying and easy on digestion. And dinner? Well, that's where beans really shine. A cozy bowl of chili, with plenty of veggies mixed in, a stir-fry with edamame, or even just a scoop of seasoned beans alongside your favorite protein makes for a meal that's as nourishing as it is comforting. Now, about that other question, the one about gas. Yes, beans have a reputation, but there are a few simple tricks to make them more digestible. First, if you're using dried beans, always soak them overnight and rinse them well before cooking. This helps wash away some of the compounds that can cause discomfort. Adding a piece of kombu seaweed, you can find it in most health food stores, to the pot while cooking also helps break down those hard-to-digest elements. And if you're really sensitive, start small, just a few tablespoons a day, and gradually increase. Your gut will adjust over time. But here's something even more important. The more you eat beans, the better your body handles them. It's like training a muscle. So don't let a little initial discomfort scare you off, because the long-term benefits are so worth it. And if you're still not convinced beans can be exciting, let me share one of my favorite quick recipes, garlic and rosemary white bean mash. Just take a can of cannellini beans, warm them up with a splash of olive oil, a clove of minced garlic, and a pinch of rosemary. Mash them lightly with a fork, and you've got a creamy, flavorful spread that's perfect on toast, as a side dish, or even as a dip for veggies. It tastes indulgent, but it's pure goodness for your body. The bottom line? Beans are one of the easiest, cheapest, and most effective ways to fuel your body after 60. They keep your muscles strong, your digestion smooth, your heart healthy, and they can be delicious if you know how to use them. You know, when it comes to eating well after 60, it's not about complicated diets or depriving yourself of the foods you love. It's about making simple, smart choices that add up over time, choices that give you more energy, keep you feeling light and comfortable, and help you enjoy life to the fullest. And that's exactly what beans do. Now, to really get the most out of this longevity superfood, let's talk about how to pair beans with other foods that boost their benefits even further. Because while beans are fantastic on their own, combining them with the right ingredients can make them even more powerful for your health. Take leafy greens, for example. A bowl of lentils sautéed with garlic, olive oil, and a big handful of kale is a dream for your body, fiber, protein, iron, and antioxidants all in one delicious bite. Or think about pairing beans with vitamin C-rich foods like bell peppers or tomatoes. Why? Because vitamin C helps your body absorb the iron in beans, which is especially important if you're cutting back on meat. A simple 3-bean salad with a squeeze of lemon juice does the trick perfectly. And let's not forget healthy fats. Drizzling some extra virgin olive oil over your beans or adding a few slices of avocado not only makes them taste richer but also helps your body absorb all those fat-soluble nutrients. It's like turning your meal into a nutrient-boosting powerhouse without any extra effort. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, this all sounds great, but how do I actually make this a habit? The key is to start small and keep it simple. You don't need to overhaul your entire diet overnight. Maybe this week, you swap out the pasta in your soup for white beans. Next week, try adding a scoop of chickpeas to your salad instead of croutons. Before you know it, beans will just naturally become part of your meals, no willpower required. One of my favorite tricks is batch cooking. On a lazy Sunday afternoon, simmer a big pot of your favorite beans with some onions, garlic, and herbs. Let them cool, then store them in the fridge, or even freeze them in portions. That way, you've got ready-to-go beans all week long, for soups, salads, or just a quick warm-up with a drizzle of olive oil. It's the kind of little habit that makes healthy eating effortless. And here's something I don't want you to forget. Eating for longevity isn't just about adding years to your life, it's about adding life to your years. When you fuel your body with foods like beans, you're not just preventing problems down the road. You're giving yourself the energy to play with your grandkids, to travel, to garden, to dance, to wake up each morning feeling good in your own body. That's the real gift. So, let's recap. Beans are one of the simplest, most affordable, and most effective foods you can eat every day after 60. They support your muscles, your digestion, your heart, and even your brain. And with so many delicious ways to enjoy them, from creamy mashes to hearty soups to protein-packed salads, there's no reason not to give them a starring role in your meals. I'd love to hear from you in the comments. What's your favorite way to eat beans? Do you have a family recipe that's been passed down for generations? Or maybe you've just discovered a new way to enjoy them. Share your thoughts, because we can all learn from each other. And if you found this helpful, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more simple, practical tips to help you thrive after 60. Because getting older doesn't mean slowing down, it's just another chapter, and it can be your best one yet. Here's to good food, good health, and a life full of energy and joy. Now, go enjoy those beans, your body will thank you for it.